All right, good morning and welcome to the very first installment of Mishna Yomi. There is a cycle called Mishna Yomi that I'll partake of. How did I find out about this? My mother learns Mishna Yomi. She learns Nach Yomi. She learns Mishna Yomi. Um, she found a problem with it. It's hard for her to do it. There's no good shiurim. The shiurim take 20 minutes. They're not good shiurim. I said, Ma, I'll solve your problem. I give it that Yomi shir. I get Ben Sion. I make tons of videos. Over 500 videos, funny videos also. Do it all podcasts. So I'm gonna take on a new thing. How hard could it be? Mishnah with 2 Mishnayos a day. She challenged me to see how long it'll take me to explain it, obviously in a clear and concise way. I don't have an article for this. The Daf Yomi, I actually have an art scroll, so I'm just really reading from this Mishnah over here, Zecher Chanoch over here, Mishnah, that's where I learned it from. I didn't even have an art school Hebrew one here. I'm missing that volume here. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to try my hand at it. My mother will obviously give me feedback. Is anyone else in the world that learns Mishnah besides my mother? I don't know if there is. But if there is somebody else, maybe they'll benefit from this. It's obviously easier to learn this than Daf Yomi. And it's important because Mesechta Kilayim you don't find in Daf Yomi. It's a Mesechta that's skipped over in Daf Yomi. So even if you're learning Daf Yomi, it might be nice to hear this shir also because Kilayim is not in the Daf Yomi. All right, we'll start from Mishnah Zayin. Today is Perek Beis, Mishnah Zayin and Mishnah Chet. Mishnah Zayin, Hayrosh Torah Chitim, Nichnas Besoch Shel Sa'orim. I'm not familiar with Kilayim, Zegas Kilayim at all, but I did read the Mefarshim over the explanations over here. They say a Rosh Torah Shel Chitim. Rosh Torah Shel Chitim is where you have a triangle. Normally, a field is plowed in rows. Okay, so instead of having rows, right, you can't mix two fields. That's the basic isser of kilayim. You can't mix two different species together when you grow in one field. Sadcha, your personal field, those are kilayim. You can't plant two different species over there. But if one of them is a triangle going into the other field, so therefore the end of it is a triangle. So therefore. That's the Gemara. The Mishnah says nichnas b'soch shel sa'orim mutter. It's considered mutter. Mishnir kesov sadeu. It looks like the end of your field. Meaning, let's say you have wheat, and then you have wheat, and it ends with a triangle, and then you have barley next to it. So therefore, it looks like not your field. The sa'orim, the next field looks like your friend's field. So it's a sadchal tizrak yilayim. There's no isser of me planting next to my friend. If it's his sada, it's only my sada. I can't plant two species. I can plant one field, one species, my friend, another species next to it, because it's not tzadcha, it's not my field. It's two fields, it belongs to different people. Even though it is really one field, everybody the kilayim is based on the fact of what it looks like, really. That's basically what people assess it as, that gives it. It's an interesting notion. Maybe I'll give an with Ben Sion portion to explain deeper of kilayim, but basically the basic explanation over here is that it doesn't look like your field, it looks like fields of two different people. Let's say your field is a wheat field, and your friend is planting barley next to it. You could plant wheat and barley at the end of your field, and then at the end of the barley is your friend's field with barley. So the barley looks not like your field, it looks like your friend's field. Again, it's not a problem because it looks like his field, not you have a mixture in your field. Let's say both of you are planting wheat. You're allowed to actually play a new halacha. You're allowed to have one row of flax. Flax you grow pishtan, you grow linen with. So pishtan, you're allowed to, because pishtan, people say that if you at the end of your field you're growing it, you're just showing you the check if it'll grow or not, because not all land is fertile enough to grow pishtan. So you're just checking it, and anytime you're checking land, that's not considered planting it. It's not called a mixture. Rabbi Shimon Omer echad zera pishtan ve'echad shel kolmin. Rabbi Shimon says no, people will be fooled. They're going to think it's kilayim, even though really you're not doing it. You're just testing it. He's even more makel than Tanakama. He says you could even do it in the middle of your field. You can plant a row of pishtan, because even then people will realize it's linen, it's flax, and they're only doing it to test the land. You're not doing it to actually grow it. Mishnah Ches. In something the state tvua chardal v'charia. Let's say you have tvua, you have a staple, cereal grain. Let's say wheat, barley, things like that. Chardal v'charia. You can't plant mustard seeds, or charia is considered karkom. They explain karkom, I think, is curry or cumin. I'm not sure. I have to check it up. Curry or cumin is a different spice. Because these things would hurt your food, hurt your cereal grains. The reason you're planting it next to it, obviously, everyone knows. The only reason is the only reason planting it is you. You're the owner. You planted it next to each other, so everyone's going to know it's your field, and that's kilayim. About some places say Yerakos chardal v'charia, but vegetables, when you're planting your peppers and your cucumbers, then you could, because people will say it's very possible those things don't ruin vegetables, they don't ruin grains. So therefore, people will assume these are weird plants to plant next to each other. It must be somebody else's field. V'somech labor v'lanir v'lagapa. Also, there's considered separation that looks like two different fields. For example, you have wheat, and then there's a bore, there's a ditch, not a ditch, like a bore is a well. There's a well, and then you on the other side you can plant. It's considered a hefsek, considered a separation. You can plant your barley v'lanir, or if you have a furrow which is fallow, which haven't plowed yet, a lagapa, or you have a wall of stone, v'laderech, or there's a path that people walk down, like gader, gavoa tzar tvachim, or any fence made of anything, if it's 10 tvachim high, or you have a ditch which is 10 tvachim deep and 4 tvachim wide. Let's say you have a willow tree, right, that the leaves go close to the ground, within 3 tvachim of the ground. You can plant under the tree one thing, and on the other side of the leaves, on the other side of the branches, another thing. Also, if you have a rock intervening, which is 10 tefachim high and wide 4 tefachim, then you can plant on the other side a different mean, so different species. It looks like two different sad. It's not sad chal. It looks like two different fields, even though they both belong to you. But it's something to do with your ownership. It has to do with the fact what it looks like. It looks like someone else's field, and therefore it's not a problem. Kilayim. Hope you enjoyed. Give me some feedback. Bye.